I was wondering where to go this year, because I got a bit of time off end of August, and I thought, like, fancy going abroad. So I went into Thomas Cook's, the travel agent in where I live, and I started looking through the holiday magazines and the brochures and stuff, wondering where to go. And I was going through them, and I realised I can't go on half of the holidays advertised, because I'm over age. Yeah, half of the holidays are for these 18 to 30-year-old village adventure holidays. You know, in Corfu and Greece, you know what I mean? With subtle titles like Happy Humping Holidays. And Thrust Vacations. Very subtle, aren't they? You know, topless women. All leave me out, you know what I mean? You've got to have the appetite of a stallion. And a mate of mine went on one last year, you know, like, and he was 34 years old and he was really worried in case he was found out. And he got there and he was the youngest bloke there. All the rest were like 45 plus, you know, like, all trying to look 29, you know, jogging everywhere and painting zits on the chins, trying to look young, you know. Singing Kajagoogoo's latest hit, and then doing the twist to it, which is a giveaway, isn't it? I mean, the places it was knee-deep in Steradon cans and toupee fixative tubes, you know. Because when you're 45, you've got to take two toupees, haven't you? I mean, one for your head and one for your chest. The one for the chest is essential. It stops you being scarred for life by the gold medallion crashing into it. Every time you throw your frisbee, wallop. Oh, dear. I could talk. I came out the closet a couple of months ago, you know. I am going bald. There. I've admitted it. I'm going bald, unashamedly. I couldn't care less. Oh. Well, at least I can look people in the face again now, like I mean before. I was making excuses up, like, you know, I'm on a sponsored hair loss and all that business. But I'm going bald. I know I'm going bald. The bathwater takes an extra 20 minutes to flush away these days. You know? That's some prospect, isn't it? I mean, like, what have I got to look forward to? I am going to be a baldy coot. Oh. I won't be able to go on buses. Bald people can't go on buses. If they do, their lives are a misery when the kids get on, aren't they? Whoa! How you doing, Chrome Dome? Polish your head for £1. You got like 3 choices if you're going bald. Like, you can be like Kojak and shave the whole lot off and pretend that you're not bald, it's just that you like it that way, you know. Or you can be like Elton John and have a hair transplant and end up with a head that looks like a colander. What do they use on his head? Eh? Must be a potato peeler, must it? Oh. You could play solitaire with marbles on his head, couldn't you? Or I can grow the hair either side of my head, because no matter how bald you get, hair grows there, doesn't it? Like, and I can grow those 2 pieces down to the ground, and I can do a Bobby Charlton and wrap it round my head, you know. Some prospect, isn't it? A baldy coot. It's this belief we have, you know, in the infallibility of science. It's just we have this utter faith in science. I mean, it's absolute gobbledygook. I mean, I was reading a book before Christmas by an American child psychologist. And he'd done research or something. He had a very big selling book in America, a bloke called Bernstein. And typical American name, isn't it? Bernstein. And you can't pronounce it. It took me about 3 months to learn to pronounce it. Bernstell. It's like Casper Weinberger and Spyro Agnew. You know? Sounds like something you catch off a toilet seat, doesn't it? And he had this Bernstein had a really big selling book in America about how to bring up children, you know, so much so that they actually released it over here. And he came over and promoted it and did all the, you know, the papers and the TV chat shows. And I've got a couple of kids, you know, so I thought, like, well, I'll go and buy this book. Everyone's raving about it, and I'll see what I'm doing right or wrong. And I started to read through this child psychology book. And, like, do you ever get the feeling that sometimes you're on a different planet? Yeah, I was thinking, well, the bloke's Bernstein has never seen a kid, let alone had one. Total garbage. Things like, if your child is naughty, lock him up in the loo. I ask you, come on, you can't keep kids out of the loo, can you? It's sod's law. Show them a big bath of water to wash in like and they have a heart attack. Show them a lavatory pan full of water and they're mesmerised. They can't wait to get in there, can they? It's right, ever my kids are missing, that's where they are. Blue-doos, blue-doos, blue-doos. I'm stuck halfway up the U-bend, you know. Like, Action Man's gone scuba diving. If it's not that, it's the Labrador puppy yelling its head off because the kid's nicked his Andrex roll and stuck it down the bog. Kids stick everything down the bog, don't they? Except what they're supposed to. I don't understand it at all. Hey, anything's missing in our house, videotapes, car keys, grandad, it's all down the bog. Yes, Bernstein doesn't tell you about that, does he? How to rescue Action Man from the U-bend. It's another thing that feeds my paranoia now, kids. I watch my kids play with their mates and everything. And kids today are brilliant, you know. I mean, they've got all these computers and microchips and space invaders and they just get on with it and do it, don't they? I mean, like no one's told them how difficult it is. They just do. And I watch the kid, and I feel like a real dimmo. Real dumbo, you know? Like, I mean, it's taken me 5 years to master the tennis game. Yeah, you know. Bip, 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 bip. That fooled me for years, that. Bip, bip. I couldn't get a grip of that at all. What the hell? What? Bip, bip. What the hell? I tried the slow game, the big bats, the big ball. I couldn't get it. Bip, bip. 11-0 every time I got defeated. Bip, bip. I dread the kids asking me to play Space Invaders. Come and play Space Invaders, Dad. Hey, no, I'm busy. I'm ever so busy. Oh, come and play Space Invaders, Dad. Come on. No, I'm busy. I'm reading The Sun. No, come on, Dad. Come and play Space Invaders. You won't play us because we can beat you. We can beat Dad. We can beat. All right, I'll play Space Invaders. Hooray! Dad's gonna play Space Invaders. All the kids come in from the neighbourhood. Hooray! He's gonna play Space Invaders. We'll go first, Dad. Yeah, okay. Boo, 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 run for a bloody hour, aren't they? 8.5 million, Dad. You'll go. What happened? What do we do? You gotta move it, Dad. You gotta shoot them all. Look out, Dad, it's coming down on the right-hand side. Move it over to the left. Okay, what do we do? Move that. Look out, Dad. What do we do? Look out, Dad, you've only got one line. They keep moving it left and right. Okay. Look out, Dad, it's coming. Okay, I can see them. Bad luck, Dad, I go. Brats, aren't they? Brats. Every single time. I thought, I'll teach them. And I went to practice in one of those amusement arcades. Yeah, I don't know if you've ever been, but they're not exactly Christian Science reading rooms, are they? Some very odd characters. Full of sun readers, you know. And So I went into this one and I was a bit weird, but anyway, I thought, what the hell? And I got a big bag of 10p coins and I found the biggest machine I can find, some super galactic hyper space invader, whatever it was. And I put me 10p in the slot, you know, and this machine started to rumble. And this spaceship came out. And it split into two. And these modules came in from either side and started spraying everything with colour. And these support craft came in from the side and started weaving in and out. Like, and I'm waiting to play, and suddenly this sign comes up with "Game Over" on it. I just wondered, well, actually, I mean, to be honest, parks aren't safe these days, are they? I mean, like, it's not, you don't get mugged in them, you get jogged. You can't take your dog for a walk these days without being attacked by a pack of slavering joggers, can you? Oh, I've got my Sebco road eaters on. Oh, so you have. Yeah. They do it to lose weight. Don't they? I mean, I can't understand it. You go for an hour's jog round our city centres and you're breathing great lungfuls of leaded carbon monoxide and get home 5 pounds heavier than when you left. It's a slow, painful death, isn't it, jogging? Why don't they get it over with quick? Why don't they play squash? Instant heart attack time, isn't it? Right? I play it with an iron lung in the corner. I don't take any chances. And Charles Bronson's new film, Death Wish 7, he tricks all the muggers into playing squash, gets rid of them that way. Brilliant. You don't see a lot of squash on television either, do you? Which is surprising, because it's boring enough, isn't it? Huh? I mean, there seems to be some competition between television companies to present the most boring sport on television. Jogging would be great, wouldn't it? I thought I must write in and tell them, get jogging, that's really boring, goes on for hours. And it's right, I mean, it started off with, like, darts, didn't it? I mean, they actually call that a sport. Darts? Wonderful sportsmen, aren't they? And snooker, which goes on till about 5 o'clock in the morning, and crown bowls. I can't believe that, eh? The slow motion replay is actually faster than the original action. They advertise golf on television. Golf on television actually means hours and hours of televised Sky. Nicholas has belted that one off the tee. Has it gone to the left? Has it gone to the right? Is it coming down the middle? We don't know. We've lost the ball in the sky. All the camera crew are ex-World War II searchlight operators. Football started off, what, about 125 years ago with a couple of hundred blokes kicking a pig's bladder about, to the present day where they now kick the whole policeman. And then they blame the coppers for the riots then, don't they? It's the coppers' fault, you know, 50,000 spectators, 25 coppers inciting them to riot with provocative whistles. Do you want to whistle over your head, lad? Oh, no. If it's not that, it's the other cliche that violence on the pitch leads to violence on the terraces, right? And the way this works is that one player tackles another player and wins the ball, and everybody beyond the goal stabs each other. Because I'm a Birmingham City supporter, sort of. Don't clap. I thought we were going down to the second division this year. I thought it was a cert. It was our 7th attempt. I thought. Did you read all about that silly gypsy business? Did that reach the press down here? No. Yes. No. Did it? I don't know. I'm from fish ponds, what do I know? Fish ponds, a lovely name, isn't it? I must go and have a look at it. No, it's just before. This was for real. The manager of Birmingham City, Ron Saunders, says that the reason Birmingham City weren't successful is because there's a gypsy's curse on the ground. That is for real. I thought I'd heard all the excuses now, but we're down to blaming the gyppos now, aren't we? It'll be the Jews next, won't it? Be their fault. And he got a gypsy in to lift the curse. We're going to have to sell him his pegs back, I know it. This is for real. He had the players painting the soles of the shoes red and touching lucky coins. All over Birmingham City's ground, there's crucifixes everywhere. I do not like, over the entrance, on the stanchions, the floodlights, the goalposts, in the director's box. There's a new game in the Birmingham City programme called Spot the Cross and Mark It with a Ball. See, I was pondering the other night, this is in bed again, how society has a way of talking about violence in football, violence in sport, really. Sport in general is becoming so aggressive, isn't it? It's really violent. Any team game, if you come off at the end with both your arms, you haven't tried hard enough, have you? And society has a way of counteracting these sort of extreme trends. You used to get sort of mods and rockers, and that was sort of the counteract to that was like flower power, and then it came back into punk, and it'll probably go back into flower power again. And with sport, what's happening now is a passivity movement in sport, and it comes from the East. And the main idea is that you still participate, but you don't try and win. In fact, you actually encourage your opponents to beat you, and in that way you feel much better. Pioneered in the winter by the English cricket team. I don't know whether you know that. And it's come from the East, which is incongruous, really, because this is a pretty broad statement. I'm not dogmatic about it. I'm prepared to sort of argue the toss, but perhaps violence and aggression in sport came from the East in the first place. I know that's quite a statement, but Japan have exported all their martial arts all over the world. And what's more violent and aggressive than kung fu and judo and jiu-jitsu, karate? But the thing is, you see, it's full of ritual. So it's gentlemanly. It's okay to cram someone's head in because it's full of ritual. In karate, they actually tell you what they're going to do to you before they do it. Which means I'm going to lash you so hard with my foot it'll blast the wax out your ears. And while you're working it out, they've done it, haven't they? Typical Japanese, though, isn't it? Export all their martial arts to us, won't take any of ours. We ought to make a concentrated effort and export one of our martial arts to Japan. Like football supporting. Plenty of ritual. Not quite so gentlemanly, is it, really? I reckon we can sell the Japs on that and you're gonna get your head kicked in. And while they're watching your foot, you hit them over the head with a bottle. If they don't go for that, they'll always go for the scarf routine, won't they? Oh, we hate Nottingham Forest. We hate Liverpool too. You'll never walk alone. And while they're doing that, you hammer them in the grollies. Forget the wax, that'll straighten their eyes out. You know, today has been a very special day for lots of people who, for the very first time, have done it. Thousands of virginal voters who have been saving it all up, waiting for the right candidate to come along who finally lost their innocence. Do you remember the first time you voted? Up till then, it had just been sniggers behind the bike sheds. Jokes you didn't understand, you know. Embarrassing questions at home like, Mum, where do MPs come from? Well, it's a very wonderful thing. Me and your father going to a polling booth and put a cross in a box. And we didn't believe them, did we? Well, you just can't imagine your mum and dad doing it. And then the big day arrived and you were all nervous and shy. You'd read all the political party magazines and the well-thumbed pages. Books on technique where it explains that it's not the size of your cross that counts. It's where you put it. All those tips on tactical variations, how if you were voting away from home all the time, you'd get the proxy. So the time comes to actually get down there, you go out to your car, you check it's the right day again, eh? You don't want to make a fool of yourself like your mate who voted yesterday because he suffers from premature election. Spoiled his paper. You drive to the polling station. The officer gives you a knowing smile. How can they always tell it's your first time? Anyway, you coyly draw the curtains and then it's just you and the slip of a voting paper. I don't know about you, but the first time I did it, it only took 30 seconds. What a letdown. I thought, well, what's all the fuss about? I mean, you hear about the blokes who can make it last for 15 minutes. How do they do it? Mind you, you can really, really relax afterwards, can you? Lean up against the polling booth, light up your post-electoral woodbine. The one afterwards is always so good. Then it's back home to await the outcome. Now, all of you out there who've done it today for the first time, I know how you're feeling. Sheepish, concerned, pacing up and down, worried in case you've got the country into trouble. What will it be? What will it look like? Will it have all its senses? Will it be mine? You can be sure of one thing. Whatever it is, it'll be an ungrateful bastard. In Hong Kong, I have never seen so many people in one place at the same time. It's just like if it's an island about the size of the Isle of Wight with about 80 million Chinese on it, something ridiculous. Oh, it's immense. It's like if you can imagine Oxford Street on Christmas Eve. That's Hong Kong, 3 a.m. Sunday morning. And I mean, you go shopping. The first morning shopping, you get every ounce of courtesy hammered out of you. Like, there is no politeness in Hong Kong because you just crash into people the whole time. I mean, you start off like, oh, I beg your pardon. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I beg your pardon. I didn't say, because I'm sorry. I'm trod on you. I beg you. A couple of hours of that and you think, stop this. Out the bloody road. You buy yourself an umbrella. Here I come. Go on, out of it. Go on, push off. Go on, hey, go on, sod off. Go on, sod off. 80 foot in the air. Go on, push off. And I'm really into Chinese food in a big way. And I was determined when I got to Hong Kong I was going to have an ethnic Chinese meal in an ethnic Chinese restaurant. And the bloke that was running the concert was an Englishman. And I said to him, I'd love an ethnic Chinese meal in an ethnic Chinese restaurant. He said, that's no problem. Hundreds of Chinese restaurants here. And because of all the Chinese. So, they don't miss a trick, do they? So he said, that's no problem. We'll get them tomorrow night. I went, great. And I was really looking forward to this. And the next night came, and I was driving to this restaurant, and I'd got a hire car. I was driving in Hong Kong. If you've ever been there, you think, well, like, I must be like some sort of big hero, because like driving in Hong Kong is just, you can't, if there's one thing more than people in Hong Kong, it's cars. Millions of them. Every Chinese owns at least 3. And it's all the old roads as well. And like in the rule of the road is the survival of the fittest. See a gap and go for it. Wallop. Right? And if you don't get there, tough. Like 2 speeds, stop and 100 mile an hour. That's it. So, and nobody bothers to indicate or give hands. I mean, put your hand out to turn right, someone will nick your watch, right? Right? And they have road signs and stuff, but I mean, it's just pointless because nobody takes any notice at all. And they've got traffic lights, a complete waste of time. They just change colour, that's all they do. They couldn't give a toss. And when you don't know that, it really scares the wits out of it. I was driven from the airport in a taxi to the hotel, and I was sitting in the back of the taxi. You notice something, you think, there's a red light. Now. That was it. And you know when you want to say something and you can't because it gets stuck about there. You know, you're going, the Chinese language is totally aggressive. You know, there's no sympathy in it at all, no matter what the situation. Which means I'm ever so sorry I'll run over your grandmother in my milk float. I was never so glad to get out of a taxi in all my life, I tell you, eh? I was a darn sight lighter than when I got in, I can tell you that. You smell it, I was sitting in it, aren't I? Oh. So I'm driving through Hong Kong. There's 4 of us in the car. There's myself, there's my manager, there's the bloke that's running the concert, and there's a bloke called Joe Dolce. I don't know if you remember him. And he was doing the... You do, good. He was doing the show with me in Hong Kong. And you probably don't remember the name, but you remember he had a hit single. He had a hit single here, not last Christmas, the Christmas before. You'll remember that. It was, what's the matter, you ain't got no respect. Bloody awful, wasn't it? I mean, I didn't like to tell him at the time, you know. You think pop music's reached an all-time low and something comes along to take it another stage down, doesn't it? If it's not that, it's that Rene and Renato thing. That drove me mental. That God, he comes from Birmingham, he does, you know. It's what... Did you see that video that he made? I couldn't believe that video. I mean, like, it must have cost all a fortune, mustn't it? You can't write comedy like that, can you? And he threw the rose and she gets it about an hour later. Thank you. She must have lived on a 62-storey block or something, wasn't it? And when he was waving bye-bye at the end, I was in apoplexy. I'd be like, his great big gut hanging out of one of those Marks and Sparks Cardi's tie around. Oh, I swear blind he was supposed to get in the plane, but they couldn't bloody well get him in, I know. Anyway, yeah, Joe Dolce. Yeah, Joe Dolce's in the car with us anyway. What's the matter? And he never stopped singing it. And the thing is, I don't know what your impressions of Joe are, but you probably think he's an Australian, but he's not. He's from California, but he lives in Australia. And he's into the ecology in a big way. He eats all that unpolished brown rice, and he's into saving the ant. The ant is doomed. Save the ant, man. Yeah, okay, Joe, save the ant. Yeah, okay. So I'm driving through Hong Kong, and I've been warned about, what to do, and beware the traffic and things, and keep sharp. And I'm following this bloke. And what they didn't tell me is if someone does indicate in Hong Kong, it's a con. Right, I found out soon enough, didn't I? I'm following this bloke. He's indicating left, right? He's going to turn left, and I'm right up his bumper. Right, I'm right up there. Boom. Literally. You don't leave a gap 9, 12 inches. Something comes in, A rickshaw, So this car is indicating left, see? And I'm thinking, right, I've got to be quick here, I have got to get round this car and into the space that he's going to leave before the bloke behind me gets there. Good thinking, eh? So I started to overtake, but he wasn't turning left. He was turning right. And the only way he could stop the oncoming traffic to turn right was to put someone in the outside lane. We get through that. We get down to an area of Hong Kong called the Kennedy Town area, right? A bit like a rough Toxteth. And I park the car on the side street. What I'm going to tell you now is perfectly true. Perfect. I do not embellish it at all. Word for word, actually happened. I parked the car on the side street, and I got out and I said, right, where do we go? And the geezer said, we're here. Yeah? Where's the restaurant? He said, well, here it is. Yeah. Without a word of a lie, this restaurant was in the gutter. They were cooking food in the gutter. I couldn't believe it. And all round, up the street, there was great big baskets of live chickens and ducks. And there was great big rats like rabbits scurrying around everywhere, when it's ethnic, I could feel the plague coming out, So anyway, he took us over to the owner, and this bloke we were with, he'd been in Hong Kong about 6 years, and he knew one word of Chinese, which was wiki, and it got him absolutely everywhere. He was brilliant. He was, wiki, 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 wiki. Oh, wiki, 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 wiki. Ah, wiki, 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 wiki. Oh, wiki, 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 wiki. Wiki, wiki, wiki. Oh, wiki, 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 wiki. Ah, wiki, wiki, wiki. Jasper Carrott, his manager, Joe Dolce. Oh, Joe Dolce, what's the matter, yo? He was very popular too in Hong Kong. And Joe Dolce was head over heels. Hey, ethnic man, this is fantastic, an ethnic Chinese restaurant. Hey, wait till the guys back home hear about this. Woo, save the ant. So this owner was really proud of his restaurant. He got a couple of pieces of tarpaulin and a ball banging down. And he's got 2 chefs cooking around this calagas furnace, and they've got big woks, and they're cooking the food, and they're sweating like lawn sprinklers, And he took us over to the pavement, and on the pavement were 20 trays of meat to choose from, right? And I didn't recognise any of it. Looked like a road accident, I said, what is it? He went, I don't know, hang on. Wiki, 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 wiki. Oh, wiki, 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 wiki. Oh, he says it's wiki. So I sat down at the table, and we all sat, and they brought chopsticks. I was just about to look at him. He said, don't touch them. Oh, okay. And they brought 2 great big jugs of scalding hot Chinese tea, and he gets the chopsticks, and he sterilises the chopsticks in the tea, saying you can't be too careful. The plague started coming out again, Anyway, it was time to order, and Wiki came over. And Wiki, Wiki, Wiki. And so obviously I was feeling pretty adventuresome by this time, so I said, I'll have the boiled cabbage. Well, at least I could recognise it, you know. And I said, I'll have chicken, because I thought, well, I can recognise chicken. And I ordered fish, which was a mistake, because I said, have you got any fish? He went, oh, wicked. Yeah. And he took me over to this big tank of live fish. You see, and he went, oh, wicked. And I went, oh, no. He wanted me to choose a fish, you know. I mean, it's all right eating it, but when you're sitting it alive 10 minutes previously, it's like, oh, no. And these fish knew what was going to happen because they were there, weren't they? Hello? Don't pick me, I've only been here a week. Anyway, it was this fish that looked like Bernard Manning, so I said, I'll have him. Wiki gets his net and he sticks it into the tank to get Bernard, and Bernard knew what was going to happen, so he was off, wasn't he, round the tank, you know, and Wiki's chasing him with this net all over, and the rest of the fish are safe so they can watch with interest, you know. 3-1 on Bernard. Okay, here we go. And Wiki finally gets Bernard in his net and he flicks him out, and Bernard sails into the air and lands in the gutter. And as soon as he lands in the gutter, this chef comes out with a big mallet and goes, whoa, on Bernard's head. Bernard's into the wok and into the furnace. Whoa, I'm sorry, Bernard, I didn't know that was going to happen. And I felt really awful, you know, and I ate the boiled cabbage, and then they brought Bernard, and I couldn't look him in the eye, you know. The other one had fallen out. So we're all feeling a bit queasy, you know, because the thing is, the Chinese eat anything that moves, the Chinese eat it, you know. Even if it doesn't move, they still eat it, and sweet and sour radiogram, all that. So 3 of us have ordered chicken, and we've got this chicken, and it tastes like chicken, and it looks like chicken, and Joe's ordered battered wiki. And he said, hey, fantastic ethnic, man, and we're all going, and it's quite nice, you know, and Joe goes, hey, and in the middle of his wiki is a great big ant. It's an ant, man! It's an ant! You've killed an ant! What's the matter, you? You've got no respect! And they all join in the chorus. What's the matter, you? Joe was having a fit rolling around, and shut up in your face, and we're all and then I noticed at the corner of my eyes, I saw this chef go over to this big basket of chickens, and I knew something was going to happen because all the fish had gone to the bottom end of the tank and were watching, you know, And he put his hand into this basket and he pulled out a chicken. We've all got mouthfuls of chicken, and he gets his and went, no. He went, when one starts, everybody starts. The table was a right mess, you know, you couldn't tell what you were going to eat and what you'd eaten, you know. And Joe was rolling around, and they're still singing, what's the matter? And then without a word of a lie, he gets this one chicken, and he goes and throws it, but he hasn't killed the chicken, it's just cricked the chicken's neck. And this chicken can't believe it, it's got a reprieve, it's off down the road. The Chinamen go bonkers, and they're picking up knives and mallets. And the chicken goes to ground under a lorry. They surround the lorry, and the chicken comes out and it runs all the way back up the road, and it runs straight under our table. Get it out of here! And they surround the table, and this one Chinese bloke, I can't believe it, he gets a big bag of corn, starts throwing corn to the chicken to entice it out, as if the chicken's going to eat corn with a crick neck. It had a bloody good go, though. But they got no chance because the rats came out and gobbled up all the corn. There's nothing left. There's nothing left to come out. Except the boiled cabbage. Here comes the boiled cabbage. I've never felt so ill in all my life. Went back to the hotel and had a beef burger. So if you go to Hong Kong, that's what to expect. The next night, we must have been mental. Next night we went out to an Indian restaurant in Hong Kong. It's right, I was feeling a bit homesick. I mean, it's right. It's right. I ate out quite a bit in there. And, I sat there, and me and the manager, and they bought this curry, and it frightened me. The curry frightened me. It was bubbling. Huh? I put my spoon in and it didn't come out. You know? They were ever so good. They kept the bog rolls in the fridge.